Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to the United Stand. Hope you're all doing very well this afternoon. It's not United Stand, That's Football. I'm getting mixed up. It's Liverpool against West Ham Watchalong though. What an afternoon it's been of football today. Absolutely incredible. I mean, it's slow sports news if you don't know. But we've got the afternoon results to bring you, and it's been absolutely incredible. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely magnificent, really, the amount of games and goals we've had today. So very, very excited to hopefully replicate that with this game at Anfield. WHUFC says, I can't see us getting anywhere near a win. I don't think Declan Rice is actually playing today. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he is. We'll go through the team news in a moment, but yeah, Liverpool need to win. City need to win tomorrow. And that's about the title race. The relegation race is looking ridiculous now. It's looking bad for Burnley again, and it's looking good for Brentford again, with that massive win against Norwich, who really have to be going down. But let's have a quick look at what people are doing. Hello, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Can we get a Scooby-Doo, says Dean Webley. We can get a Scooby-Doo. We can get a Scooby-Doo. So, look, these are the Premier League results from today. Leicester beat Leeds 1-0 at lunchtime. Villa have beaten Southampton 4-0. Chelsea have beaten Burnley at Turf Moor 4-0. I can't believe it, Goldbridge. I can't believe it. 2-1 to Newcastle. Another win for them at home to Brighton. Norwich get beat 3-1 by Brentford. And Palace go to Wolves and win 2-0. And this is why I always said, did I not say, I always said that I felt that that Wolves were not in the race for top four. And lo and behold, that has come to pass. They're not in the race for top four, I'm afraid. The league table looks very interesting now. Man City and Liverpool we'll talk about in a minute. Obviously, top four not really been affected today because Chelsea have won. They're comfortably in third at the moment. And then you've got, obviously, United, Arsenal, West Ham. Spurs really going for fourth spot. I don't really include Wolves in that after that loss today. And then at the bottom, I mean, Norwich, 17 points. They've lost their last 3 games in a row. They played 27 games. They're 5 points away from safety. And Everton have got 3 games in hand on them as well. Watford have got 19 points. Burnley have got 21 points. And really, that 40 points is starting to look like that might be what's needed to stay up. Because Brentford are now on 27 points. And Newcastle are now on 28 points. I mean, Newcastle are looking very safe now. They've got a game in hand on Brighton, and they could be 2 points behind Brighton. So it's turned around for Newcastle fantastically well. Leeds could be in trouble. 27 games played, 23 points. I mean, and Everton as well. They've not played as many as anybody else. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But relegation battle, you can't really include Newcastle in it anymore. They're home and hosed, really. They're well out of it. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Who do you want to win, says Sean. I mean, this is interesting because obviously West Ham are still in a top 4 race. And Diaz is apparently out for 6 weeks as well, which is disappointing for Liverpool. Let me just go through the team news first of all. So Alisson in goal, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Keita, and then Salah, Mane. Well, no, Diaz is playing, so he can't be out for 6 weeks. Salah, Mane, and Diaz as the front 3, and on the bench he's got Jota, he's got Minamino, but Diaz plays there. And then for some reason, I don't know why, somebody can tell me this, I don't know why, Fabianski, Dawson, Zuma, Cresswell, Johnson, Fornells, and then Soucek and Vlasic, Bowen, Antonio and Lanzini. It's a good West Ham side, but it's not as good as it could be because they've got no Declan Rice. Ruben Diaz is out for 6 weeks. Well, I knew he was out for Manchester United's game tomorrow, which is good for us. What result would you want tonight? Well, I'm sure if you're a Liverpool fan, you want to win, and you're probably right to expect to win. I would predict a 3-1 in this one. In fact, we'll get a little poll going in the chat now. We like our live polls. I don't want Liverpool to win the league, obviously, because I'm a United fan, and I think any Liverpool fan can respect that. It's not my job to want you to win, and it's not your job to want Manchester United to win. But I think Liverpool are in that position where United have been around for years. So the poll's live now. Liverpool are in that position where United were for years, where sometimes we wanted Liverpool to beat teams because it helped us out, and we're no threat to Liverpool. So they will want Liverpool fans will be Manchester United fans tomorrow, because us drawing or beating Man City is huge for them. So I would like a draw today. I think the draw is the best result for Manchester United. Normally I'd want a West Ham win, but looking at the league table, if West Ham were to win, they would go above us. And yes, they'll have played a game more, but we've basically played the same amount of games, and West Ham are 2 points behind us. If we lose tomorrow and West Ham were to win here, they'd be above us. So I think a draw is a result I would like, and obviously that dents Liverpool's potential title hopes as well. Of course, in relation to Liverpool, they're 6 points behind Manchester City, but they have a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, they're 3 points behind Manchester City. And then they've got Manchester City to play. So win your game in hand, beat Man City, and they're top because they've got a better goal difference. So for Liverpool, they're in a good position at the moment. And you're always better off having the points on the table. I'd rather be Man City, but I don't think Liverpool's position is a bad position at all. Far from it. They're in a very good position themselves. I don't know who's going to win this title race at the moment. In fact, we'll do a poll on it in a minute, because I've got no idea who's going to win this title race at the moment. We should be looking at Gory from Nice, says Marketing James. And draw best result for United fans, says Explaining Alvin. And Liverpool for a quadruple. Well, Liverpool are on for a quadruple, and Manchester City are on for a treble at this moment in time. You can both win the league, they can both win the FA Cup, and they can both win the Carabao Cup, the Champions League. So, I'm loving Spitch, says Matthew Browd. Great. Yeah, I hope you've done well on it as well. If you want to play on Spitch, get it on the United Stand links from today. I'm not doing a Deji watch-along. Saddos. I'm not. I couldn't give two shits about it, to be honest. Not my cup of tea at all. YouTuber boxing. Fuck off. Not interested in that. Wolves season rating, says EH. No. You know what? I said this a few weeks ago, and I think that the result that Wolves... It's a shame Wolves couldn't take some points off Arsenal, because they took some points off Spurs, and they were never a threat for me. I never felt that Wolves were a threat to the top four race, so I was more than happy when they beat Spurs. And I wish they took some points off Arsenal as well. I mean, they took some points off us. Arsenal have benefited from Wolves this season. They've taken 6 points off them, and then Wolves have been to Old Trafford and won. They've been to Spurs and won. So Wolves are Arsenal's best friend at the moment. They're not really ours, but no, they're not a threat for top four. They don't score enough goals. That's always been my issue with them, is that they just don't score enough goals. So. They'll finish in the top 8, I presume, but yeah, they're not a threat to the top 4. They just don't score enough goals, to be honest. I don't know if we've got any Wolves fans. Hi Mark, sorry FIFA related, but Camavinga is CDM, says David Nihan. FIFA related? Oh right, I see what you mean, yeah. You think Rice is good to play for Chelsea or United, says Sal. I think he's good enough to play for both. I don't know why Declan Rice is out. If anyone wants to let me know why Declan Rice is out, let me know. I don't know why Declan Rice is out. I presume he's probably picked up an injury, which is a bit of a shame because they've got Sevilla on Thursday. I don't know where this news about Ronaldo being dropped tomorrow is coming from. If anyone knows, let us know. More than happy to talk about that. Get your topics in. Sickness for Declan Rice. Well, that's bad news for West Ham, isn't it? But it's good news in the sense that you wouldn't want him to be picking up an injury, and he should be back for Sevilla. So, which will be an interesting game. I think West Ham against Sevilla is going to be really interesting because I've always been quite... Hello? Something gone wrong with the television?
Yeah, it changed to the other one.
All right, 1 minute. Let me... I'm just doing my work, but I can talk to them while sorting your TV out. Let's have a look. Where's the remote? There it is. Well, what's going on with it? Do you want to watch that or not?
No. I want to watch Sam and Cat.
You want to watch Sam and Cat? Ah.
Yeah.
Right, that'll come on for you. Sam and Cat are too old for you, you know. They can't be your girlfriends.
No.
So yeah, let's get back. Yeah, I don't know where this Ronaldo thing's coming from, whether he's going to be dropped tomorrow or not. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow. I know there's a lot of United fans who are really nervous, but this is why I love football. I'd rather United played Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal every week. I don't want a Super League, by the way, but I like the big games because if we play tomorrow and we get beat, well, at least we're not hiding behind these crappy results against Leeds. I want to know what it's all about. I want to see what we're all about. So, yeah, looking forward to it. But back to this game. You look at Liverpool last week. That game against Chelsea was so good, and I think with how they've been playing recently. Liverpool especially, I think this is going to be a hard game for West Ham. And also, I don't know if they've got any West Ham fans in here because I respect West Ham. I think what they've done over the last couple of seasons is fantastic. And people like Declan Rice, Antonio and Soucek and Bowen, they've been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They've been so good. And to be honest, there's no reason to be critical of West Ham because they have done so well under Moyes. But the reason when I did the video on this channel a couple of weeks ago about predicting the top four, and I did Spurs, Arsenal and United's fixtures, and I ignored Wolves and West Ham, and I got a bit of stick for it, and I said, but it's my prediction. I don't think Wolves are in a top four race, and I was proved right. And I don't think West Ham will be in a top race ultimately because David Moyes, West Ham beat Liverpool this season at the London Stadium or whatever they call it, but they don't. I think Moyes will sit back in this game, and that I think West Ham are better than that now, and he's done a great job. But I think he's better than that. Let's have a look at your predictions anyway. Liverpool 73% win, draw 14%, and West Ham to be winning 13%. I do want to just do a quick other poll with you. We'll do a few polls through the game, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. But this one is one I'm really interested to know what you think. Basically, it's an either or, and it's who wins the title, and it's in the chat. Let me know. So yeah, I think Liverpool will have too much for Manchester City today. I thought that final last week was brilliant. I know I did it as a watch-along, and a lot of you probably watched it with me, but I thought it was a superb game. For a 0-0, it was unbelievable. And I almost forgot who won it because it's like, well, what's a penalty shootout between friends? But yeah, it was a great game, and that's two of the best teams in the world for me, Chelsea and Liverpool. You can add Man City in there, and we'll see who else is in there with the Champions League. But I don't think West Ham can live at that level. If they play anywhere near that level, they won't. They won't do it. Unbelievable. I've just come off a great stream on Twitch, actually. I'm really pleased with myself. I was just killing time a bit playing FIFA Draft, and I got all the way to the final, and then I didn't have time to play the final, so I'm going to do it tomorrow night now. But some cracking games in there. If you've come over from there, thank you very much. I enjoyed that. My link to my Twitch channel is in the video description, by the way, if you want to give it a follow. And I think you can watch it back on there as well, because it keeps the video up for a few weeks, doesn't it? Or a couple of weeks or something. Shout me out, says Shane. Thanks, Shane. If you want to do any super chats, by the way, you can do that through the $ like Marketing James. And please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved with the channel. We're on the road to 625,000. If we beat City, then Liverpool wins it, says Marketing James. Well, no, that's not actually true, because if we beat City tomorrow and then City beat Liverpool at the Etihad, then City would still be favourites for the title. The interesting thing is, at some point, is to look at both teams' run-ins and see what their most difficult games are. Thoughts on Chelsea, says Chaos. I tell you what, I think Chelsea are playing really well at the moment. I've always, well, ever since Tuchel's come in, if I was wearing a cap, I would take it off and go well done to Chelsea. I think they've been, weirdly, I like Chelsea, and I don't, not in the sense that I want them to do well, but I do like Chelsea under Tuchel. They've become a club that's quite an easy club to like, and I've never, under Mourinho, I hated Chelsea. people like Lampard, Terry, Drogba, couldn't stand them. Absolutely didn't like Chelsea. But under Tuchel, they've become a team that's quite likeable. Maybe some people don't share that view. I wanted them to win the league this year because I knew United wouldn't win the league, and I'd rather Chelsea win it than Liverpool or Man City. I thought their Champions League win last year was amazing. I mean, Chelsea basically kept United relevant last year, because if Chelsea hadn't beaten Man City in the FA Cup semi-final and they hadn't beat them in the Champions League final, City could have done a quadruple last year. So Chelsea basically, Man United fans owe Chelsea a little bit. And I think what's happened with Chelsea is that they were doing really, really well, and then they had a bad 6 weeks, which obviously Lukaku was something to do with that. And then I think they've ridden that storm and sort of gone back to what they were doing a year ago, which is, we need a striker, but we'll get by without one. And I think Chelsea have gone back to what they were like this time last year, where they're very, very dangerous. And I wouldn't be surprised if they won the Champions League again. But Chelsea are comfortably going to get in the top 4. I mean, that's a demolition job today. But we shouldn't be surprised, because I go back to the game last week and Chelsea should have won that game. I know Liverpool had chances themselves, but Chelsea had 3 absolute nailed-on goals. And if they'd taken 2 of them, they would have won. So I think with regards to Chelsea, I think they're really good, and all they need to do now is solidify that top 4, which I think they basically have done. They've got 53 points, and although Arsenal, if they won their 2 games in hand on Chelsea, would be 2 points behind them, Chelsea will comfortably get top 4, and I think they'll start focusing on the FA Cup and the Champions League, of which they are in. So I think Chelsea are doing very well at the moment. I think the relegation battle is interesting, how it's changed. I think that did Newcastle have something like 11 points at Christmas? I mean, that you should get relegated with that, but 58% of you are saying that City are going to win the league, and 42% of you are saying that Liverpool are going to win the league. I'll leave that poll up a little bit more, because I want to do... I'm not doing Saturday night takeaway, Devraj. I don't know why you keep asking about it. And if I was going to do it, I would say, wouldn't I? And the reality is, I think with the relegation battle, it's very, very interesting, and it's just turned around so quickly. And Newcastle have bought their way out of it, but they would have bought their way back into it anyway. The only thing about Newcastle getting relegated is it would have been funny because they've got a billionaire owner, but they would have come straight back. So, do you see Leeds going down? I don't really know how to put this, so I'm just going to be blunt. I'd love Leeds to go down now. I don't like Leeds anyway, because as a United fan, Leeds and United don't necessarily get on. I mean, it's not a massive rivalry for me. I think it means more to different generations of fans than it does to me. It probably means more to others than it does me, like I say. But I liked Bielsa. I like Klopp. Liverpool are the biggest rival of United. I don't want Liverpool to win anything. I don't want them to win the steam off my shit. I really don't. But I do like Klopp. I respect Klopp. I like the passion. I like his personality. I like his football. I like Klopp. I can't help it. And my life's not going to be dictated to by, tribalistic hate. So I like Klopp. I don't like Liverpool, but I like Klopp. And I liked Bielsa. And I don't like Leeds. But I don't like this Jesse March appointment. I don't get it. And I'd like to see Leeds go down now, to be honest. So I wouldn't be bothered if Leeds went down. John says there's sources on Twitter saying Ralph hasn't put Ronaldo in the squad tomorrow and he's fit. Well, I tell you what, John, if you give me at least one tweet that I can look at, I will talk about it. Joel Morris says, would you take Jared Bowen at United? In a heartbeat. Heartbeat. Why do you skip when my baby kisses me? I would take Jared Bowen. Man United desperately need a right winger. I'd love it. Mark, the way we've been dropping points, I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester finish above us this season. Never know with this team. Can Leicester finish above Manchester United? Leicester have got 33 points. Yeah, they're going to struggle, mate. We're 14 points ahead of them. I don't think we need to worry about Leicester. Thanks though, Dowell. And Mark, can you give Sean's comments on their 4-0 defeat? Says Sprout Liquor.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, I don't really like doing Sean Dyche, especially after a 4-0 win. But 4-0 loss. We lost. I thought we won 4-0. I'd never do it. But it really messes up my voice to do Sean Dyche. And at the end of the day, I think if we'd scored 5, we would have won. But I can beat anybody. But I can't beat cheating. And somewhere along the line, I think we've been cheated there. So, look, it's back to the drawing board tomorrow. It literally is a drawing board. Chelsea have got bloody iPads. We're in Burnley. We've got no money. So we'll be on the drawing board tomorrow. But, you know, a few pints tonight. I'm meeting up with Woody. He's done a great job at Newcastle. And me, Tarkovsky and Woody, we're just going to get hammered. And I'll probably have a bag of gravel with my chips. And we'll just have a big night. Hit a casino. Bit of lap dancing. That's Woody. And we'll start again tomorrow. Because I think we've got Brentford soon. And if we can beat them, then happy days. We're alive and kicking. Remember Live and Kicking with Andy Peters? Emma Forbes? Yeah. We're alive.
Burnley have got Brentford next Saturday at 3 o'clock. That game's huge. That's absolutely huge. Yeah, that is a massive game. Burnley need to beat Brentford next week. That's like the Champions League final for relegation teams, basically. Yeah, it is. Havertz is turning into world-class player, says Naomi. And I think Leeds should hire Nuno, says Jaden. Well, you know, it's about the players. It's about structure. I wish I could do Jamie Carragher, but I can't. But yeah, it's about structure and it's about character. And it's about Joe. Joe, we are Liverpool tonight. So we'll have a bit of Joe. But yeah, I fancy Liverpool to win this 3-1. My opinion on Barcelona, you know what? Apparently I'm a La Liga hater, and yet I've consistently said Real Madrid and Barcelona will be winning major trophies before Manchester United. They will be back. I tell you what, I'll have a little wager with you. Right? In fact, we'll do it as a poll, because I know what I think. This is a really good poll. So 57% of you think that City are going to win the league. 43% reckon Liverpool. That's quite close. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen up and listen to this. I'm telling you now, Mark. I'm telling you, listen up to this. You're going to like this when I can get it up. All right, Ricky. All right. Let me get this poll up. Why won't it work? I haven't got a cold, no. How do you fancy our chances against City tomorrow, says Chiri? I think we'll draw tomorrow, Chiri. Yeah, I do. Opinion on Liverpool's going to win the Prem and United probably not going to make it into the top 4, says Colin. Oh, I'm over the... Colin, my opinion on Liverpool winning the league and United getting into the top 4. I'm over the moon. Gary Barlow, I'm absolutely incredible, Mark. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. He's a Liverpool fan as well, Gary Barlow, you know. So absolutely incredible, Mark. No, I don't want Liverpool to win the league and Manchester United to finish out the top 4. I do think we'll get a draw tomorrow. Why can I not? Right, okay, this is the question I wanted to ask, and I'm going to put it into a poll. Who will win the Champions League first? No, that's not going to work, is it? Who's going to win the Okay. No, this is a good one. Real Madrid, Newcastle. Now, read the question, is all I'm going to say. Who will win the Champions League first? Real Madrid, Newcastle, Manchester United, Barcelona. Think before you vote. Because right now, Real Madrid and Barcelona have got a very, very slim chance of winning the Champions League. They're nowhere near it. Man United are nowhere near it. And Newcastle aren't even in it. Newcastle are owned by a billionaire. Real Madrid and Barcelona are run by their fans and are desperate for success. And United are owned by the Glazers. I would say that Newcastle have got a better chance of winning the Champions League than Manchester United, and they're not even in it. and we are, before we do. And I also think that, well, it could be Real Madrid. It could be Real Madrid, couldn't it? But it's funny because Man City Etihad is laughing at me saying Newcastle. Mate. I'm stunned that he actually is called. What's his name? I've got to read this out. Has he deleted it already? It was a Man City fan. I think he was called Man City Eddie or something like that. Laughing that I've put Newcastle in there when Newcastle are doing exactly what you did. Although you haven't won a Champions League, have you? So yeah, that's probably why you're laughing. But Newcastle are going to do exactly what you did. They're going to get into the Champions League. They're going to be one of the biggest clubs in England, competing in Europe. That is going to happen. I don't know how a Man City fan could laugh at it, because you are the prototype of how easy it is to do it. You get the right manager in, you get the right structure in. I mean, look at Newcastle. Look at what Newcastle have done in relegation. Eddie Howe comes in, a few players come in, no superstar player, but a few players come in, Eddie Howe comes in. They're one of the form teams in the Premier League at the moment. They haven't got bloody Neymar playing up front, they've got Chris Wood. Anyway, we're getting close to the start of this match here, 3 minutes away. Thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Hopefully we get a good game today. I think Liverpool are going to win. I'm going to go with a Liverpool win. 3-1. I'm going to go for Liverpool to win this today. But a draw would be nice. A draw would be nice for many reasons this Saturday night ahead of a massive Sunday tomorrow. I don't want to call it a Super Sunday because trepidation and reservation is very, very important as United fans as we go to the Etihad tomorrow. But the interesting thing about tomorrow, just to bring tomorrow in just a moment before we start this game, the interesting thing about tomorrow is if Manchester United, Arsenal play at Watford tomorrow at 2 o'clock. If Arsenal beat Watford tomorrow, they go a point ahead of United before United play. Even if United draw with Man City, Arsenal's goal difference is better. So they would be level with United. They'd be above United with 3 games in hand. It's a massive game for Arsenal tomorrow. If they want to put pressure onto United tomorrow, they've got to go and beat Watford. I don't know. I think Arsenal will win that game 2-0, but it's exactly the sort of game where they could drop. Watford could do us a favour like they did. Well, they didn't do us a favour last week. Right. Tonight. Players are ready. No, Declan Rice is sick. What you got for tea tonight? I'll tell you what I've got tonight. Steak and chips. Bring it on. I can't see anything about Ronaldo not playing tomorrow. I don't know where this rumour's coming from. It's probably just a silly Twitter rumour from sources of people who don't know anything. But let's have a look. I can't see anything about it. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Cristiano. I mean, it's from a. I don't know. It's just a silly rumor. It's just a silly rumor. You don't drop Ronaldo. You don't drop Ronaldo. You don't drop Ronaldo. Viva Ronaldo. It's some Brazilian Ronaldo page, apparently. Don't know what that's all about, but it's got 100,000 followers. Anyway, we're about to kick off here. Looking forward to this game, aren't we, Joe? I'm looking forward to it. Slow Sports News, Jim White. Right, let's start here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're just about to start. Let me get the timer up and running and then we can get involved in the chat. And hola Mark, how you doing? Massive game tomorrow. I hope we get a result at the Etihad. I forget the stat, but I think Man United have won their last 3 games at the Etihad. Something like that. Right, they take the knee. And come on. John Moss is the ref. He's crap. Don't get me started. I don't like this ref. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to do it. I'm allowed to say he's a crap ref. It's allowed. The timer's there as well. Yeah, but going back to that about the relegation battle, we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. But I would like to see Leeds get relegated now because I like Bielsa and I think he had the right to try and keep them up, and then they could have parted ways in the summer. I never understand why clubs do that. I've seen Watford do it before. They'll sack a manager and then they'll bring a manager in that doesn't make sense. Like, I used to understand it a bit when teams used to sack people and bring Big Sam in or Tony Pulis, but sacking Bielsa to bring Jesse March in, I mean, I don't know what that's all about. Maybe they're preparing for next season in the Championship already. Liverpool starting off on the front foot here, but West Ham swarming. I'd like to see West Ham try and actually attack in this game, by the way. 58% of you say that Real Madrid will win the Champions League first, then Newcastle with 17%, ahead of Barcelona with 14%. Man United in 4th place with 11%. Nice ball over the top. This could be 1-0 already. Mo Salah, great save by the keeper. It should have been 1-0. He's running through, down the wing, one-on-one. You think he's just going to clip it into the bottom corner with that deadly left foot. And it's Fabianski who makes the save, and it should have been 1-0 already. What? No. So, already in the first 90 seconds, Salah's got to do better. Salah's got to do better there. Hasn't he, Joe? He's got to do better there. He's got to do much better there. Half my family supports City and half supports United. Derby days are massive things for us. Hopefully we can get a win at the Etihad. I can't wait, says Hassan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. And Mark, we have bottled top 4 in February. Looking back, the fixtures last month was a piece of cake. Can't believe how we couldn't nail in 4th place, says Adit. Yeah, well, in relation to, I don't know if we've got any Arsenal fans watching, but if you look at the league table, Arsenal are 2 points behind United with 3 games in hand. And we dropped 2 points at home to Southampton, 2 points away to Burnley, 2 points at home to Watford. So that's 6 points we've dropped. 6 points you should be getting. So it's a lot to drop. But a very fast-paced start here from Liverpool. What's all your plans tonight? So I'm going to do this show, and then I'm going to do United Stand at 8 o'clock. And then I think I'm going to watch a film tonight. Watched a really good film last night, by the way. Let's just see what happens to this free kick. Trent puts the cross in. Back heel. Wide by Van Dijk. Dick Van Dijk. Mary Poppins. That was his name, wasn't it? Was it Dick Van Dijk? Umdily, 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 aye. Umdily, 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 aye. Umdily, umdily, umdily. Remember he was on the roof? The chimney. You've got to be a certain age. Have you ever been to Liverpool, says Paul? Yes, I have. And Arsenal games in hand are Spurs away, Chelsea away, and Liverpool, I think, says John. Oh, John, you've opened up a bag of worms here. He's done it. John, he's opened up a bag of worms here, hasn't he? Because right then, I did watch Peaky Blinders. Looking forward to it tomorrow. Liverpool are all over the place here. Salah, good chance. Oh, it's another block. It's another corner. Liverpool are all over West Ham here. All over them. They're all over them here. They're swarming them like bees around honey. And this is what I feared, having watched that game last week. Another corner from Liverpool, heads away. Having watched Liverpool against Chelsea last week and seen what Chelsea have done to Burnley today, I just wonder what Liverpool might do to West Ham. because it feels like these teams are on a different level at the moment. It just feels like Chelsea are getting ready for the run-in, Liverpool and Man City as well. I think we might see, when Liverpool, Chelsea and Man City are playing teams over the next 6 weeks, you might see some real poundings like we did today for Burnley, because they're just on a different level, these top three. Do you think the FA should investigate Man City? Controversial decision against Arsenal. Fourth official was mad when Spurs scored the winner. And Everton penalty decision. 8 penalties in the last 13 games, says Jaden. You know what, Jaden? As a United fan, I really don't care. If I was Liverpool, I might be, compiling an article for a website or a video about it. But what difference does it make to me as a United fan if City have won a few games with dodgy decisions? We're not their competitor. Liverpool fans need to be talking about that, and there might be a very good point. I mean, that handball last week was a disgrace. West Ham just trying to get out here. Oh, it's a nice ball in. He is in behind. Down that Trent side. He has a little look. Lanzini, it's not a bad cross. Van Dijk. And it's a corner, surely. It's given the corner, yeah. Just going back to that previous point, I wanted to come back on. You know that Arsenal have got these games in hand. I just wanted to say this, that I don't think people understand that it's not as simple as saying, well, Arsenal's 3 games in hand are tough because they've got Spurs, Liverpool and I think it's Chelsea. Oh, so they'll probably only take 1 point. So actually United will still be ahead of them. That's not how it works, because you have to look at Manchester United's fixtures. So let's just see what happens with this corner for West Ham here. But effectively, what I'm saying is, you can't just dismiss Arsenal's 3 games in hand on Manchester United and say, well, they're playing Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, so they won't take many points, because we've got to play Spurs, Chelsea and Liverpool as well. So Arsenal could almost go, well, all right, our 3 games in hand are against Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, and we lose them all. But what if you lose all of yours against them, and when you're playing them, we're playing Watford or something like that? So it technically, you have to look at it like that, because headed away corner from Liverpool, West Ham, Liverpool headed away. If we didn't have to play Spurs, Chelsea and Liverpool ourselves, I'd be like, well, Arsenal's games in hand are against them, but we have got to play them. I wouldn't worry about Arsenal fans. I mean, there is hardly any of them anyway, and I count the number of City fans on one hand, says Jack. Okay. All right, there's a head collision here. I think Canate and Dawson. It looked quite innocuous. All I'm saying is, if I was a United fan and I was thinking, well, I'm a United fan, what I mean is, if I was a United fan dismissing Arsenal's games in hand as being 3 difficult games, try and get your head around what I've just said there. We've got to play the same 3 games that Arsenal's games in hand are. So you can almost say, well, let's wipe Arsenal's games in hand away. They haven't got 3 games in hand. All right, let's wipe them off. They're tough games. They might not win any of them. But what happens when we're playing them 3 games and they're playing easier teams? That's where they'll make the points up. It's not a fan forum tonight, Lewis. No, it's me at 8 o'clock tonight. And we've got to go to the Emirates as well. Good point from Teach. We should have beaten Watford. Nice. Oh, Antonio's in, but Robertson does well. Oh, and he just about gets it back to Alisson, which he does. He does. So West Ham have settled down quite well here. First couple of minutes, West Ham had Liverpool had got Salah in a couple of times, but they've settled in all right the next 5 minutes here. It's been a fast first 8 minutes. West Ham have got to try and find a way of attacking in here. They've got to find a way. They do though, don't they though? They do though, don't they though? Guitar Guy says opinions on Ukraine, Mark. Well, what opinion do you want? Apart from the obvious that it's a disgrace that innocent people are being displaced from their home and attacked. That's my stance on Ukraine. What position are United most likely to sign, says Matt Hunt? CDM. So, 10 minutes to gone. United will get top 4 if Arsenal bottle it, basically, which traditionally they could well do. I don't know when the next Red Dead Redemption stream is, Dennis. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it at the moment. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know. I think the last stream I had a headache, and it's just, I associate it with a headache at the moment. And I'm just not feeling it, so I won't do it until I feel it. I feel it in my tingers. I'm looking forward to Drive to Survive Season 4. Yes, I am. But yes, I watched a good film last night. The guy from Jamie Lannister was in it. I forgot what his name is. Is it Nicholas somebody? It's a name I'll never remember. And it's a new film on Netflix. Something about ice. I really liked it. I really did. I liked it. You know, based on a true story as well. I really enjoyed it. I'd recommend it, especially as a Saturday night film. About an hour and 40 long. Good. Really good. The Diaz signing is crazy. Definition of a perfect impact signing, says Vignesh. Reminds me a bit of Bruno. Not that they're similar players, but again, it's not easy to join a club in January and make an impact. It's really difficult. And Bruno did it, and Diaz has done it as well. Nikolai Costa-Waldau, that's it, yeah. Against the Ice, that's what it's called. It's very, very good. Against the Ice is what it's called, Tech. I would recommend it. Really good. Good cross in, headed away by West Ham. Fabinho on the edge of the box. Oh, Robertson's got time. Puts the cross in. No one's marking Diaz. Hits the volley. Blocked. Salah wide. Still 0-0. Please subscribe, by the way. We're on 623,000, on the road to 624. Get involved with That's Football. Everybody's welcome. We had 30,000 watching us for the penalty shootout between Chelsea and Liverpool last week. And, yeah, really enjoy it. This week, we've got Champions League for you. So we'll be doing Bayern and Liverpool's games on Tuesday. And then it's a massive game on Wednesday night. It's PSG against Real Madrid. Really looking forward to it. This Ronaldo rumour about tomorrow is completely made up until it comes from anybody credible, so I wouldn't stress about it. Do you think Villa can ever compete for European football, says Brandon? Yes, I do. I think Villa are a club on the up, and they've got the money, they've got the manager, they're heading in the right direction. I think Villa next season, their aim has got to be to challenge for the top 6. Do you think Ten Hag or Poch will use any of the players that come back from loan if, say, Pogba, Ronaldo leave in the summer, but they don't, says Jack? Yeah, I mean, I think Van der Beek and Martial are the players that you've got to look at there, really. Dean says, why would you bench Ronaldo against Man City? It would make no sense. It's not just benching him, mate. It's apparently he's not in the squad at all, according to this silly rumour. Exactly. But as I just said it in a group chat just before we went live, that some United fans would rather seem to have such self-destructive opinions. Like, it's almost like they'd love to wake up tomorrow and De Gea, Bruno and Ronaldo aren't even in the matchday squad. There would be people celebrating that who are genuine United fans. I'm not saying they're fake United fans. They're genuine United fans, but they would be celebrating and excited if De Gea, Bruno and Ronaldo weren't even in the matchday squad. It's just weird. Like, I don't rate Maguire, but I don't want him not in the matchday squad. Antonio! Wow! Into the channel, hit it on the volley. It would have been a worlder, but Alisson just palmed it over the bar. But it was a lovely into the channel run by Antonio. Gets in behind Canate, hits the hits it on the half volley, straight at Alisson, but he has to palm it over. Good shot. Thoughts on Jonathan David from Lille, says Icy. He's an interesting player, Jonathan David. I don't really like his running style, but his goals to chance ratio is quite good. Be interesting to see if anyone takes a chance on him. Maybe United, maybe Arsenal. Please watch Dope Sick. It's a true story about the... Okay. I don't know where my pen is, so there it is. I'm always up for good film recommendations. As I said, I watched 21 Bridges last week, which was good. How many United players get in the Liverpool team at the moment, says Paul? Same as Man City, innit? You can argue De Gea ahead of Alisson or Edison, but I think they wouldn't get voted. You could argue Ronaldo is up front, but on form, probably doesn't get voted. So it's probably a clean sweep for Liverpool. Of course, Man United against Liverpool has been put back till April now. Oh, Dope Sick is a series. It's a series. It's about the structure. It's about the structure. Structure. It's about the structure. It's about the players. Stop it there, Gary. It's about the players. That's what it's about. You know. Villa have been worse under Gerrard than Dean Smith. The points they both picked up proved it. Well, they've just won 4-0 today, Harley. I've seen Goodfellas many a time, Ivano. Many a time. Arsenal versus Man United combined 11, says PS. Well, we've only got to wait a month for that. Massive game that will be at the Emirates. I haven't watched Reacher on Amazon Prime. I am doing F1 watch-alongs on this channel. Is it 2 weeks tomorrow? It starts. Can't wait. Ford versus Ferrari is a very good film, Carter, yes. Still 0-0 here. 16 minutes gone. Feels like it's going to go Liverpool's way, but West Ham, they're in there. Wind River's a very good film. Loved it, RC. Mark, what do we as United fans, if City win the treble or Liverpool win the quadruple? What do we do as United fans? No, nothing, Llewell. We this is one of my biggest criticisms of the way that Manchester United is run. We've absolutely waved the white flag to protecting our own legacy. Like, if it wasn't for Chelsea last year, City would have won the quadruple. Who's going to stop Liverpool or Man City winning the treble this year? Because it won't be us. We're out the FA Cup. We're not good enough to stop them win the league. And we're not going to stop them in the Champions League, are we? So we're going to be, cheering on PSG or Bayern Munich or Chelsea again. As a United fan, did you rate Chicharito? Wait a minute. West Ham on the attack. Good cross. Headed away by Canate. Well, and another good shot, and Alisson gets hold of it. As a United fan, did you rate Chicharito when he was at the club? I'm Mexican, but I was unfortunately too young. Yeah, Eddie, everyone loved Hernandez at Manchester United. He was basically he was a super sub. But he's a great goal scorer, and yeah, he was loved at United. He had to leave because he wanted to play first team football, but we would have been very happy for him to stay. Would you want Rafinha at United, says Brendan? I mean, again, it's a little bit like Bowen of West Ham. I would love it. I would like Rafinha because we do need a right-sided player. So yeah, I would take him at United, defo. I've been so tired this week. You probably know if you watch Walking with Goldbridge on United on my YouTube channel. Film to watch: Dead Man Running, Rise of Foot Soldier, all 4 parts. Oh, ZA, you've lost me there. Those Rise of the Foot Soldier films, they're just Aldi Jason Statham films, surely. There's a show called Power, made loads of spin-off, will keep you going for 2 months. Yeah, I know about Power. I don't know, I mean, I might have a look at that Dead Man Running, I don't know. But Rise of the Foot Soldier. Where do you think Spurs will finish? Yeah, Reading losing to Millwall, tough game. But that's a big game on Monday night. I'm thinking about doing a watch-along for that on Monday night, actually. Spurs against Everton. Because hopefully Donny will start, and it's a big game. Everton are in relegation problems, and Spurs looking to get top 4. So I think it's a good game. Here we go, Keita. No, it's not Keita, it's Mane. Shoots wide, edge of the box. Wasn't really a clear-cut chance, but he had the shot. Jason Statham, or whatever his name is, I just can't stand that sort of thing. I mean, I suppose he's the equivalent of what Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the 80s, and I used to love those films like Commando, not Cobra, that was Stallone, Commando, Last Action Hero, no, what did he do? Total Recall, Commando, what was that one I liked? Predator. The funny thing about Jason Statham though is when he was in like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, he was like more of a comedy character, like he was a bit of a wimp in it, and then he bulked up and does all these action films. Terminator, yeah, Predator's a great film. I love Predator. I don't like Jason Statham, AR, no. Oh, no, I don't dislike him as a person, I just can't stand his films. Cross by Robertson, cleared for a corner. West Ham having to put a shift in here. Spurs were dominated by Middlesbrough. They can't get top 4, says Morphin. I've seen The Gentleman. It's quite good, yes. Good film. I think it's on Netflix. I'll tell you what annoyed me. I fancied like watching a couple of Sons of Anarchy episodes last night, and it's not on Netflix anymore. I hate it when they take stuff off Netflix that has been on there for bloody ages, and I knew I should have finished that. Reacher is really good. I'm sure you'll like it, says Jack. Thank you very much. Hacksaw Ridge, I've seen it, Josh. Good control here by Antonio. Yeah, I think West Ham are going to have their work cut out. I was looking at West Ham's fixtures before I went live, actually, and they're going to have their work cut out big time because they've got... Hold on, Mane. Ooh, nearly slipping Salah in. I mean, West Ham are in a good position at the moment, but if you look at what they've got to come, they've got Sevilla on Thursday, then they've got Villa at home on the Sunday. And Villa, lovely play by Antonio, shoots, another corner. Playing well, Antonio, probably man of the match so far. Yeah, they've got Sevilla away on Thursday, then they've got Villa at home on the Sunday, which is going to be really hard to do that Thursday-Sunday thing. And then they play Sevilla again on the Thursday, and then they've got Spurs away on the Sunday after that. So I think West Ham are going to be struggling with burnout very, very quickly. I can see them dropping off, and it's hard to know what you prioritise if you're West Ham, because the Europa League's going to be very difficult to win. Corner comes in, good claim by Alisson, he's still there. Bowen, good block, Trent, and they clear. Now they're on the break. This is where Liverpool are dangerous, but Salah loses the ball. It's a lovely ball out wide here. West Ham, if he can whip a cross in. There's only Antonio in the box. Sends it across. Bowen will keep it in. Lovely kept in by Bowen. Well done by Diaz. That's a poor ball, but Salah will pick it up. Back to Mane. Mane playing through the middle today. I bet a lot of Liverpool fans are quite excited about this front three because they love Diaz, and then they've got Salah and Mane there. So having those... It's about options, structure, players. BV says, I think West Ham will burn out in the last 5 games. I don't necessarily mean burnout. I just think it's impossible to play Sevilla away on the Thursday, play Villa at home on the Sunday, then play Sevilla at home and then play Spurs away on the Sunday. It's impossible for West Ham to go and win those 4 games. They're definitely going to lose at least one. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right corner. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. What do we got? 25 minutes. It's been an interesting half. West Ham have countered well, and Liverpool have not been able to get that goal. They could have had a goal in the first minute, but a great save from Fabianski as Salah ran through. So we're currently 0-0. Nice switch of the play out wide. Mane's drifted. Mark, have you heard about Mazepan contract news, says Vicious? Yeah, he drives for Haas, doesn't he, in the Formula 1, and they've basically sacked him. which I don't disagree with. Oh, Sons of Anarchy is on Disney Plus now, Mark, says C2. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Escape to Victory with Pele is a good film. I haven't seen that for years, but I've seen it a few times. Running down the wing, hear United sing. I haven't heard that for a while. Viva Ronaldo. Viva Ronaldo. Running down the wing, hear United sing. Viva Ronaldo. Viva Ronaldo. Mark, Arsenal fan here. Do you think we can get top 4 next season if we cannot get it this season? I'll tell you what. Who gets 4th place? Poll. Arsenal, United, Spurs, West Ham. Live poll in the chat. Get voting. Let's answer that question for that person. Match of the day is going to be fire tonight, says HH Sports. Yeah, looking forward to it. You know what? I quite like it when United are not playing at 5:30 on a Saturday because it takes up my Saturday night. So I don't mind the 12:30 game. I don't really mind a 3 o'clock game, apart from it's not on the telly. And I like a Sunday game because I like to have a Saturday night where it's not dominated by, you know, United, because it's sometimes disappointing. I agree with Mario G. United as a United fan, top 4 is Arsenal's to lose. Yeah, it is. You know, you can't be 2 points behind United with 3 games in hand, and United have got to go to the Emirates and say you're not the favourites. And I understand why an Arsenal fan would say they're not the favourites, and you know, I understand why people would say United are still the favourites because it's Arsenal. But ultimately, if you've got 3 games in hand and you're 2 points behind, oh, it's a goal! Is he offside? No, it's a goal. It's a goal for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold with a delightful cross again. 1-0 to Liverpool. And I don't know, it's a crappy goal. It's a crappy goal from West Ham's side, but I think it might just come down to being a brilliant cross by Trent. Okay, Mane might be offside here. He might be offside. Depends about the line. It's all going to come down to VAR lines here. He looks offside, but I don't know. I mean, it's about whether your arm's offside or your elbow. This is going to come down to elbows here. It's a delightful cross by Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's a shame that we've got to look at toenails and things here, but is it your elbow? He's on. He's onside. Yeah. It looked off, but that angle's not right. So he's onside. It's 1-0. 1-0 to Liverpool. Tight, baby. But Liverpool fans will say, you know what? Look at fucking City last week with their handball and everything like that. You know, it might be tight, but maybe Liverpool feel that they do deserve those sort of results, those sort of things to go their way. Watch along tonight for UFC? No, Dylan. And we'll need to win our next 9 out of 10 games to get top 4. Practically impossible. Also, it will do us favour actually to not even get in Europe, says Dan. Just a lack of pace in the central area from West Ham there. I mean, Dawson must be about 92 now in footballing years. You know, like dogs. Every 1 human year for a dog is 7 years. So if a dog's 4, really it's 28. That's what they reckon. And Dawson, although he might be 32, I think in footballing years he's about 90. I think you're offside from... Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. You're offside from there, aren't you? This bit of your arm doesn't count. But I think you're offside from the elbow. I think that's what it means. Because you can touch the ball with that part of your arm. and that part's illegal. I think that's how it works. Mark, will you be seeing the new Batman? 10 out of 10, says Steve. Yeah, I will. I'll watch it at some point, yeah. Sorry about the background noise. It's dinner time on a Saturday night, so people are coming through and passing through. I do live in a cafe. That's handball, says Kieran. Mark, as the boss of United Stand, how many people have you dismissed from their jobs so far, says the hot babe? What, United Stand FC or United Stand, like, the YouTube channel? I don't know. If Dawson is 90, Ronaldo is 122 years, says Axel. Mane's so underrated. Well, he's playing as the striker and he's grabbed a striker's goal. It's from the bottom of the shirt sleeve, says Ryan Stewart. There you go. Why no Rice for West Ham? Is he injured? Says John Parashavam. No, he's sick, so he should be back for the Sevilla game on Thursday. Aidan says, obviously the YouTube channel. I've never sacked anyone from the YouTube channel, so there you go. Oh, what a run this is by Diaz. He's just got a slip. Oh, he's been a bit greedy there, but he's won a free kick on the edge of the box. He should have slipped in Salah, but he's so confident he wanted to run all the way himself. And it's a yellow card for West Ham. And this first half, I tell you what, this first half an hour of this game feels like it should be half time. And I tell you what, I bet it feels like that for West Ham, because it's been a long half an hour in this game and they will desperately want half time here. Zuma gets booked. Liverpool recruitment's worlds apart from United, says Scott Johnson. Aston Villa's recruitment's worlds apart from Manchester United's. Scott. Right, this is a good free kick position here. It's right on the edge of the box. It's slightly to the left, so it really does suit Trent or Salah. This could be 2-0. If he can get it up and over, this will be it. Running down the wing, the United sing. Viva Ronaldo. Viva Ronaldo. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, Fabianski thought he'd been done there. Trent went the other side. And it's not a goal. It's not a goal. Let's have a look. Salah. There he goes. He's whipped it. He's whipped it. Tell you what, if that had gone in, it would have been a worldie. A worldie. But he just got it wide. Dawson got booked as well. Trying to take Diaz down. So they've got a few yellow cards, West Ham, in their defence at the moment. Zuma and Dawson both booked. I'm looking forward to the Portugal and Italy playoffs. They're coming up at the end of the month, aren't they? We'll be doing watch-alongs of those. I mean, really, it's one of Portugal and, well, maybe Portugal and Italy. I think Portugal have got Turkey to play, and then the winner of that will probably play Italy. There could be a scenario where Portugal and Italy don't qualify for the World Cup, but there'll certainly be a situation where one of them doesn't. This Diaz, not going to lie, I don't know much about him, but look at him running with the ball. There are so many good players in this world to Shamath Kamath Fitness. But yeah, let's not forget that Spurs wanted him. He was a, you know, I wouldn't say Liverpool have plucked him from nowhere, but they've certainly, they need credit for actually getting him. But it was a player that Spurs were looking at, and a lot of clubs were looking at. But he does look very, very good. You know, quality teams adding quality players. You know. That's an interesting ball from Trent to Salah. Can West Ham get anything in this game? Prediction for the derby, says Dev. I'm going to go 1-1. Yeah. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with X Football. Got the Champions League's watch-alongs midweek next week. United stand tomorrow, obviously, for the United derby. I would have done Arsenal Watford tomorrow on here, but kicks off at 2, and then United are kicking off at 4:30, so there's a clash. But I'll be live on United stand from 3 o'clock anyway, so I'll have the second half on United stand. We need West Ham to lose. Who are you? Who are you? We don't need West Ham to lose. We need Liverpool to not win. We need a draw. That's the best result for United. I don't fully believe the recruitment thing. How much of it is just really good players up in their game because they're at a decent team? I 100% believe it, Nick. I disagree with you on that one. And I'll tell you why I disagree with it. Because I don't think it's about similar players that United have bought being the same as Liverpool and they just go to Liverpool in a better team. It's about coaching. If you look at all the players that United have bought over the last 9 years, most of them just haven't been developed and have failed. You look at the players that Klopp's bought at Liverpool, most of them have developed from, if he buys a good player, they become top class. If he buys a top class player, they become world class. So sometimes he buys a good player and they become world class. So that's about coaching, that's about development. And United are abysmal at that. Absolutely abysmal. Right, here's West Ham. Good tackle. Oh no, Fabinho's missed it. And he's hit the angle. And Konate's strong. And Liverpool just comfortably play it out from the back. It's demoralising for West Ham at the moment. They're just not making anything happen. Why do I want City to win the league, John? Because it's the lesser of two evils. Liverpool are, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd take it as a mark of respect. Like, I'm sure Liverpool would rather City win the league than United win the league because it's a proper rivalry between Man United and Liverpool. So, as much as I respect what Klopp's done at Liverpool and Liverpool play great football, I don't want them to win the league. Here we go. Oh my God, off the line. Trent. Off the line. Cleared. Oh my God, it should have been 2-0 there. Did you see any similarities between this Klopp side and the United teams of old, style of play, individuals and attitudes as whoever? Funnily enough, there's a video somewhere, probably on this channel, from about 2 or 3 years ago. Might have even been longer. And I did a video and I said, Klopp reminds me of Sir Alex. He's the closest thing to Sir Alex in the Premier League. And basically, it was because Liverpool... Klopp started doing this style of football whereby if it was 1-1, they were trying to kill games in the last 10 minutes, even if it was 1-1. Likes to get his fullbacks forward, likes to get crosses into the box, likes risk-taking football, high-energy football. Team, they play as a team, not as individuals. He's got someone like Salah and Mane who could be very, very individualistic, playing in a team for the team. So, yeah, I think there are similarities between Klopp and Sir Alex. But Klopp's his own man and he deserves the respect for that as well. Oh, is he onside? This is a great chance. If he's onside, he's blown it. Oh my God. They wanted an offside there, Liverpool. Trent's furious about it, but they should have scored. It should be 1-1. Is it Lanzini running through? How does he not score this? And he's onside as well. He's definitely onside. 1-on-1 all the time in the world. And the worst lob you'll ever see. Why did he try and lob it? That's such a massive chance for West Ham. You've got to score that. Liverpool remind me of United more than United do, says Julian. It was 4-0. I'm stunned that how don't West Ham score there? Madness. This was Liverpool's chance off the line though. Oh my God. Both could have scored. I don't know. I mean, everyone's saying, who do you think is going to win the playoffs for the World Cup? Do you think it'll be Italy or Portugal? But Portugal have got to play Turkey first. Portugal are capable of losing to anybody. They're that sort of team. So, what if Turkey beat Portugal and then they beat Italy? $40 minutes, 5 minutes to go to half time. 5 minutes to go to half time, sorry. We'll do some either ors at half time. Portugal versus Turkey. Yeah, they've got to play them. And then Italy. Oh, I don't know who Italy are playing. Italy are playing North Macedonia. So there could be a shock in one of those games. So I think they play each other on the... Is it the 24th of March or something like that? 24th of March, which is a Thursday night, I think. Italy play North Macedonia and Portugal play Turkey. And then the following Tuesday, the winner of those two games plays each other for a place in the World Cup. Interesting. We'll be doing watch-alongs for those. The World Cup starts early. The road to the World Cup starts early. What do you think's happening with Brighton, says Marty? They just fell off, haven't they? Brighton have fell off recently. Wolves have fell off a bit as well. I don't know. I don't know what's happened to Brighton, really. Lovely cross headed away by Zuma. Fabinho. Gav says Turkey will beat Portugal. I certainly think they're capable of doing it. I mean, for me, Portugal should be one of the best teams in the world. You know, I'm not talking about Ronaldo, but even if we ignore Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, João Felix, Ruben Neves, Renato Sanchez, Ruben Diaz, who won't be playing. Cancelo. They've just got so many good players. The goalkeeper, most of the Wolves team. You know, they've got absolutely a brilliant team. But I've always said this about Portugal. Their manager's like a Portuguese Ollie. That's their problem. He just doesn't play the right way. Here's West Ham on the break again. Bowen. He's going to be onside, Antonio. He's going to have to hit it, and he hits it wide. Free from desire. Mine intense is purified. Free from desire. Na 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 na. That offside is ridiculous, but he is onside. It's about your shirt length, basically. That's what it's about. One more and more. People just want more and more. Free from desire. Mine intense is purified. Would you take Dennis or Sarr from Watford at United, says Mad Lad? It's difficult to say, really, because you just don't know whether they can step it up at that level. I wouldn't. I don't know who I'd take at United at the moment. I really do think United need to structure. They need to sort their structure out, because I think we destroy any player at the moment. That Diaz at United. Imagine we'd bought Diaz at United in January. He wouldn't be playing like that. There's no way he'd be playing like that. Play Just Dance, Mark, says 10. I don't even know how I'd film that. I don't even know how I'd film it, man. You know. I don't know. Just don't know. Do 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 do. One more and more. Chiesa's absent for Italy, apparently. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. This Ronaldo story, I don't think it's true that he's not playing or involved tomorrow. Any specific either-ors you'd like to do at half-time? Pal, who's a Watford fan, says Dennis would be your best player, Mark. I tell you what, pal. Literally, pal. Get 3 points tomorrow against Arsenal, and Dennis can get in. Dennis can be our best player anyway. I don't care, but we need Watford to do us a favour tomorrow. Which is sad, isn't it? It's sad when you're hoping for other teams to do you a favour, but that's Man United under the Glazers. As I said, Chelsea did us a huge favour last year, knocking City out of the FA Cup and then beating them in the Champions League. If it wasn't for Chelsea, City could have decimated our treble. Anyway, here's the vote. Who gets fourth place? 6,000 votes. Arsenal 56%, United 33%. Spurs 6% and West Ham 5%. So over half going with Arsenal. Well in, Bowen. Oh, I thought that was a West Ham throw, ref. I really did. Conte or Ancelotti, says Rourke. And I think the referee has blown up for half time there, so let me just stop the clock. Stop the clock. I don't know what Trent's moaning about because it wasn't actually offside. So Liverpool comfortable at half time. And we'll do a bit of either or. But look, yeah, I mean, look, he's by the letter of the law, he's onside. And I don't think we can really argue about it because there is no injustice. He's onside. And I to be honest, if that had been the other way around, I'd be moaning about it. I don't like these offsides when they're so marginal, but ultimately, that's the other way around on that one, isn't it? He's onside, so yeah, it's interesting. I do want to talk about who's going down. We're going to talk about that for a little bit. Let me just put a tweet out. Free from desire. But it's only 1-0 and West Ham did have a golden opportunity. 4-0's running through. He should have scored. So there is a chance for West Ham in the second half. There's always a chance. Nick P says, Mark, our problem at United is nurture rather than nature then. And or are we recruiting badly in the first place? Wrong mentality players. Wrong recruitment. Wrong coaches. It's a combination of the two. And Mark, predictions on top four order from first to fourth, says Joshua Bowwater. Easy. Man City first, Liverpool second, Chelsea third, Arsenal fourth. That's my prediction on that one. Right, let me just get the Premier League table up for a moment because I just want to make sure I get this right. I'm saying that Norwich are already down and I think Watford will go down. So who goes down with Norwich and Watford? I'm going to give you four options. That I am making an assumption and I know it will upset some Watford fans, but I really do think who goes down will be our first poll. Watford. So we've got Burnley. We've got Brentford. I think there's only four that can go down, but you know, to be fair, I didn't think Everton and Leeds were going to get pulled into this. So let me just make sure I haven't missed anybody out. So Everton, Leeds, yeah, there's nobody else going to be going down. So let me get that poll going for you in the chat. We'll do a few more as well, either or's at half time. So yeah, the way the Premier League table looks after today's results is like this. Norwich have got 17 points, but they've played 27 games. Watford have got 19 points, but they've played 26 games. Burnley have got 21 points, 26 games. Everton have got 22 points, but they've only played 24 games. Leeds have got 23 points, but they've played 27 games. And then you've got Brentford, who's played 28 points, who've got 27 points. So basically, Brentford are 6 points from safety, but Burnley do have 2 games in hand. Everton are 1 point from safety, but they've got 2 games in hand on Burnley. And then Leeds are 2 points from safety, but Burnley have got 2 points in a game in hand on them. So really, if Burnley could find a win from somewhere, it just changes the context of everything. Specifically, Burnley's next game is against Brentford. If they won that game, they'd go to 24 points, 3 points off Brentford with 2 games in hand. So I think Norwich and Watford are going to go down. There might be a shock, sometimes there is, but I think Norwich and Watford will go down. So really it's about whether Leeds, Everton, Burnley or Brentford join them. I don't want Burnley to go down.
Thanks, Goldbridge. At long last you've woken up and smelt the gravel. The Premier League needs me.
But I don't want Burnley to go down. I don't really want Brentford to go down. I just predicted they'd go down. I don't think Everton will go down. To me, it's Brentford, Leeds or Burnley. And I would like to see Leeds go down now because they are not managed by Bielsa anymore. And that was the big attraction for Leeds, for me, was that at least the way they played football with Bielsa was just a very entertaining watch, even if they got beat 5-0. They're just a very entertaining team to watch. How are they going to play under this new manager? I don't know, but I probably would like to see Leeds go down out of Brentford, Everton and Burnley. So, and it's interesting because of Leeds' next few games, they've got Villa at home on Thursday, which, you know, Villa could get a result. They've then got Norwich at home, where they've got to win that. That's a big 3 points for them. Then they play Wolves. Then they play Southampton at home, Watford away, Chelsea at home, Palace away, Man City at home, Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Brentford away. That could be a massive game on the final game of the season. Be interesting. It's going to be very interesting in the bottom 4 race. Let's have a look at how you've been voting. So we've had a few thousand votes. You can get involved in the chat. 31% are saying Burnley go down. 19% are saying Brentford go down. Everton 17%. And then Leeds are the favourites to go down with 33%. But it's very close between Burnley and Leeds. So interesting. We'll end that poll there. March studied under Ranić. He's the American Tuchel, says K2. Get Leeds down, says Lewis Pierce. Newcastle are out of it now, Paul. Newcastle are not going down. They're miles away from it now. They've got momentum. They've spent the money. They've got 28 points and they've played 26 games. So they've got games in hand on Brentford and Leeds. Newcastle are looking absolutely fine now. They're not going to get pulled back into it. They've done it. Whether it's a great escape or whether it's a money escape, they're out of that. Don't worry about that. They're going to be out of that. Without a doubt. I was asked to do this poll, so I'll do it. Either or. Let's get some more in the chat. It's going to be Salah, Lewandowski. I don't know. I suppose the player you prefer. Don't play in the same position, but you know, either or. Who wins, Salah or Lewandowski? Artaf says that Liverpool with VAR in the middle are a disgrace. Well, he's onside, mate. I'd love it. I'd love it to have been offside, but he's onside. I don't. You know, last week at this time, Everton were deprived an absolute nailed-on penalty. So you know, at the end of the day, though, it's about the players. But at the end of the day, it's about Liverpool against Man City for the title. You know, that argument. I have a preference of who I'd like to win the league. I don't want Man City to win the league, but I'd rather they won it than Liverpool. But what difference does it make to me as a United fan if Man City are getting penalties not given against them and Liverpool are getting, you know, tight offside calls? They're not our rival in the sense that these 3 points will not impact our season because we're miles off. Watford Arsenal's our rival tomorrow. That's where our season lies. Do you want to see Everton go down, says Vincent? No, I'd hate to see Everton go down because obviously Donny van der Beek's there, so I want him to do well. Salah's winning this at the moment. He's got 59% of the vote. Can United do the impossible tomorrow, says Izal. Oh, mate, it's a derby. It's not the impossible. I'm telling you now, if you said to a Liverpool fan tomorrow, Everton are coming to Anfield in the Premier League, they'd fancy their chances to win it, but they'd be more nervous about Everton playing them than they would be playing Brighton. And yet Brighton are probably better than Everton. And the reason for that is it's a derby. A derby is a dodgy thing. It really is. I mean, I've seen United be brilliant under Sir Alex and have problems against Man City, who are crap, or in a relegation battle. So a derby is a weird thing, and United have got a good record at the Etihad, and I wouldn't be surprised if we continued that record tomorrow, because, you know, as good as Man City are, and they're fantastic, and as good as Pep is, and he's fantastic, we have found ways to win these games in recent years. Right, we'll stop the vote there because it's 60% to Salah and it's 40% to Lewandowski. It's true, Abramovich is selling Chelsea, says Extreme Gamer. Well, it doesn't surprise me because I think it's, you know, this Russia-Ukraine thing's not going to stop anytime soon, is it? And it just makes it, you know, untenable, really. But, yeah. I've done Man City or Liverpool for first, space, dog. We did it at the start of the stream, and I think 58% said City to win the title, 42% said Liverpool. We've done Trent versus Reece James before, and Trent won it. I'm trying to think of another either or that we can do. All right, okay, I know one. Either or. Who's going to the World Cup? Italy, Portugal. We might have done that one before, but actually, I'm going to add another one in. I'm going to add in Turkey because only one of those teams is going to the World Cup. They're all in the same playoff area. All three promoted teams to go down together. I predicted that from the start of the season, Scarecrow. I still think Brentford look unlikely to go down, but I'm predicting they go down because I'm not going to change my prediction at the start of the season. The video's there from August. I said Man City win the league. I said Brentford, Norwich and Watford to go down. But I also said Lukaku top scorer. So, you know, you can't get everything right. I'm crap at Golden Boot. I went with Werner the year before, so I'm very bad at that. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Oh, I didn't send it. Okay. You should do Thiago versus Bruno head to head, says Sergio. Leeds will go down, says Eddie. Is Ronaldo playing tomorrow? I mean, all I've seen about this Ronaldo thing is just rumour. Happy birthday to Harry Maguire. $29 today, Harry Maguire. Oh, all I did, I put a tweet out today saying happy birthday Maguire, 29 today. And people were like, oh, don't hang him out to dry like that. And I'm like, what? I've just literally wished him happy birthday and said what his age is. I've never said anything. Marky, what was the difference in the line drawn on Mane and the one a few days ago against Lukaku? VAR is embarrassing. I don't get that, African Giant. I don't get that because the difference is that the green line was for Mane and the red line was for Dawson. So therefore, green means onside. With the Lukaku one, his line was ahead of the defender, so he was offside. So that's the difference, unless I'm missing something. Yeah. The Lost Sock says, is Ronaldo an expensive luxury player? Oh, hold on a minute, mate. Ronaldo cost us next to nothing and earns about 500 grand a week. we've spent £80 million on Harry Maguire. So if you want to talk about expensive luxury players, how about? I mean, he's not even a luxury item, Harry, is he? You know, if Ronaldo is a luxury item like caviar, then Harry Maguire's a bag of smoky bacon crisps. So, and we spent £80 million on it. So I don't think Ronaldo is a luxury item, but whether we should have bought him or not, to me, you don't buy a player who doesn't suit, that you're not going to build a team around. You know, you've got to play to a player's strengths. I mean, if we bought Harry Kane, I think he would struggle in a United shirt like he struggles at Spurs. If we brought Lewandowski, I think he would struggle. We don't really play the sort of football that suits these strikers because we don't spend a lot of time camped on the edge of other people's box. Although in recent weeks it has been better. I'm hoping that can continue, but I don't think it will continue tomorrow. Klopp or Pep? I think Pep won that last time we did it, Vivek. So 47% say Italy will make the World Cup, 46% say Portugal, and 7% say Turkey. Here's one for you. I'm interested in this. Who finishes higher next season? Arsenal, Newcastle, United, Villa. Who finishes highest out of those four clubs next year? And the reason I've put those four teams is because I genuinely think Villa next season will be better than they are this season. Newcastle, just surviving, imagine what they're going to do in the summer. And, you know, Arsenal, United, have they got the spending power or the spending appetite of a United and Arsenal? I think Newcastle and Villa will spend more than them. So are one of those teams capable of finishing higher? Get in the chat. We're just about to kick off for the second half here. West Ham to start it. I need to have a stretch as well. There we go. Second half starts. Viva Ronaldo! Mark, I'm a Liverpool fan, but love your analysis. Straight down the middle. Would love to see a Rio Ferdinand versus Van Dijk poll. Please take a point of City, says Neverland. And Fergie or Pep, says Marky. You'll be banned if you try that again. No manager is comparable to Sir Alex Ferguson's. It's complete and utter modernistic tosh. It really is. It's like saying if Liverpool win the league this year or City win the league this year, this Liverpool team is better than any other Premier League team in history, which somebody will actually say. But it's not. It's just you've only got one view because the past is gone. It's written. But Sir Alex Ferguson is way better coach than Pep. Manager, sorry. Pep's a better coach. Sir Alex is a better manager. Would you take Joachim Low as United manager over Poch? Says Noah Green. I'd have to have a think about that. Mark, what would be your strongest United formation and starting lineup at the moment? Says Chiri. Oh, mate. Can we just not talk about United? I find them really depressing at the moment. And when you say things can you pick your best United 11 at the moment, it makes me want to throw up and I want to enjoy my dinner. I'm so fucking fed up of United at the moment. From top to bottom, that club just pisses me off at the moment. And I don't mean the club in relation to who I support. I love the club in that sense, but the club is not the board to me. The club is not the recruitment. It's not the players. Those aspects of the club just piss me off. So when you say what's our best 11, they're all fucking shit at the moment, and they you know, it's almost like how crap they are gets forgotten because they've done winning team picks. Like they're an embarrassment this season. They should have absolutely walked top four. It's an embarrassment with the richest. People forget that United's wage bill is bigger than Liverpool's. I think it's bigger than City's. How the fucking hell can Man United's wage bill be more than Liverpool's? I mean, people need the sack. How can you be paying United players more than Liverpool? Oh, he's in! Bowen! Oh. Did Robertson tackle him? Yeah, what a recovery tackle that was by Robertson. He had to get it right. They do keep getting in behind. It's that risky. Well, it couldn't be offside because Van Dijk header caught it, but Robertson does really well there. I just feel the lines being drawn are inconsistent week in, week out, says African Giant. A lot of reliable analysts disagreed with the line drawn against Lukaku, says African Giant. Yeah, well, I think you might be onto something there. Yeah, I do. Martial earns more than Salah, says somebody there. You see, how can that not be a foul by Robertson on Bowen then? If it's gone for a goal kick? I don't get that either. I thought it was a good tackle by Robertson, but they've given a goal kick. Miles says, who would your first purchase be for Newcastle in the summer? Well, the interesting thing about Newcastle in the summer is that when you're trying to stay up, people like Trippier and Chris Wood and whoever else they brought in, like that Bruno Guimaraes, these sort of players are the sort of players you can get. In the summer, when everybody's got no points, you could go anywhere and go, look, we're not in Europe, but we're going to be in Europe in a year's time, and we're going to do everything we can to challenge for top 4 this year. So, and we can pay you great wages. So the sort of player that Newcastle can go for in the summer, I don't even want to put a name on it, but I don't think they need to go as low. You know, if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be disappointed if they got Lacazette, because ultimately Lacazette is not a player that Arsenal fans are going to cry about if he goes. And if Newcastle want to get top 4, you want better than Lacazette. So, you know, maybe Newcastle can go for people like Jonathan David. Maybe they can go for people like Nunez from Benfica. Maybe they can go for people like Alexander Isak from Sociedad. Maybe they can go for players like that. We'll see. Where is Fabinho right now in terms of best CDMs in the Prem, says Shay? Well, he's in the debate of him against Rodri for me. It's those two. Bowen's just gone down injured here. So who finishes higher next season? This is really optimistic. Okay, I'm quite interested by this. So we've had 3,200 votes. I put 4 teams up: Arsenal, Newcastle, United, and Villa. And I said who finishes higher next season. You've been voting. Really surprised here. So this is for next season. Who finishes higher? Arsenal 37%, Newcastle 18%. United win with 38% and Villa 7%. I absolutely would not put United above any of them next year. I think, you know, as a United fan, I can't see what the optimism about next year is. We're probably going to play Thursday night football. We're probably going to lose 2 or 3 of our best players in the summer. So much is dependent on getting the right manager and the right players in. I genuinely think Villa, Newcastle and Arsenal could finish above us next year. We'll have to wait and see. Josh says it's no surprise on a United channel, basically. Well, it's not a United channel, Josh, because not a lot of United fans like Liverpool. So I don't think many United fans would actually be watching. And also, we did a poll about half an hour ago about who's going to get top 4, and Arsenal won it comfortably. So I think if it was United bias, the United bias is to vote negatively at the moment, not positively. That's why I'm quite surprised about that. Like Devils 58 Reds says, Donny and Pogba could go in the summer and we'll be left with McTominay and Fred. Ralph says Newcastle win the league next year. No. The problem that Newcastle will have is not the financial capability to go and try and win the league. It's the fact that Liverpool and Man City are still going to be 2 of the best teams in the world. Bowen's coming off here, and I'm quite surprised he's coming off. He's got a cut on his knee where he's been kicked, but normally superficial injuries where you've had a cut, they're not normally the sort of injuries that really hurt you. But he's hobbling off here with a cut knee, which is obviously causing him more pain than just the cut. And yeah, he's That's a loss. That's a loss for West Ham. That is. They just, and this is another thing with West Ham. You just don't have the backup, do you? You know, if you lose an Antonio, you lose a Rice, you lose a Bowen, you lose a Soucek, and you really feel it. It's not the cut; it's his ankle, says Aaron. Well, that's even worse news then. You'd fancy he might be out of the game on Thursday now. Big games coming up for West Ham. Sevilla in the Europa. Ben Rama's coming on for West Ham. Arsenal play huff and puff football. They'll not be able to sustain that with European football. Plus, they have a small squad, says Marky. They need to buy in the summer, don't they? I saw a quote from Arteta today, actually, talking about openly wanting a striker in the summer, which is encouraging for Arsenal fans when your manager is openly saying they want those sort of things. United Spotlight says he might have done his Achilles. Joshua Green says, where do you think United will finish next season? I think we'll be fighting for 4th, mate. So, could get 4th, could get 7th, could get 8th. Oscar says, if we had Declan Rice, I'd fancy us for a point. God, I'm so tired this week. I'm looking forward to my tea, though. You do, though, don't you, though? No, what I'm talking about. Not talking about it. I'd love to be able to do a Roy Keane accent. The players. What's your Premier League best 11 so far? Says Chiri. Good question. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I am actually going to answer the question. I'm not just going to go, oh, good question, and move on. When people say this is the best Liverpool or City team Premier League has seen, it makes me sad. They forget about United for many years, and even Invincibles Arsenal. We had better teams over the years, says Ronald Jacob. I just think it's completely, you're always going to get those conversations in football. It's like the whole Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard thing, isn't it? There actually is no correct answer, because that's the whole point about football, really. It's always about opinion. There's no definitive answer when you have a good debate. That's why I like it when we do the polls and it's like nearly 50-50, because then you know there is no correct answer. It's just pure opinion. But I feel that I think if you've lived through the entire Premier League era, which I have, then I've always said this. I think the Chelsea team that Mourinho won the title with was devastatingly good. Like, it was really good, and they had the best defensive record. I think they broke the clean sheet record, goals conceded record, accumulated a massive amount of points. Mourinho's first season managing in the Premier League as well. First title for Chelsea in years. It was a very, very good team, that, and it never really even seems to make the top fives. So, and that's my argument, is that if we're going to have this debate, then at least understand the Premier League history, because it's not as easy as going, well, it's either the treble United side, or it's the Invincibles Arsenal side, or it's one of the modern teams, and that's all you get. And people actually don't know the history of the Premier League, because actually that Chelsea team would be ahead of the Invincibles for me. I also think the 98 Arsenal double winning team was fantastic as well. And of course, I don't think they could win. They couldn't have done a treble, because I don't think they were in the Champions League in that year. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I can't remember, but I don't think Leicester's. I think Leicester's title winning team wins the most romantic title, but that was a crap Premier League. It was really crap. Like, it was really crap. It was Spurs and Leicester for the title for a long period of it. And it was like, where's everybody gone? Have they gone on holiday? Where's Man City gone? United, well, we know where we'd gone. But, yeah, Man City, Chelsea, United, even Arsenal. I think Wenger was still there then. It was like Leicester just caught a perfect storm. United were crap. Liverpool were crap. City were crap. Arsenal were crap. They deserved to win the title. They had some amazing results and they deserved the title. But it was a crap Premier League, really. It was a freaky Premier League because normally, if Chelsea, Man City, or United, or Liverpool, or Arsenal had been half decent, they would have won it. But you can't take it away from Leicester. It was pure. That's what football's all about. I loved it when they won the league. It was great, and hopefully that will happen again at some point. Yeah, I'd love it. Arsenal did finish second because Spurs did Spurs again, didn't they? They bottled it at the end of the season. Callum Smith says Spurs didn't even finish second. Yeah, I know, Callum, but I didn't say Spurs finished second, did I? I said that for a lot of the season it was between Spurs and Leicester, which it was. Spurs bottled second that season. Sean Fogarty, who's a City fan, says that the City Centurions are better than the Invincibles. I personally think the City team that won the league when they went toe-to-toe with Arsenal is better than the Centurions because I've never seen a title run-in like that. That was just unbelievable. That run-in where Liverpool and City basically won every week for about 10 game weeks was just... That's probably the best title race there's ever been. It was unbelievable. Would you swim in a shark cage to stop Liverpool winning the treble? Well, I'd have to, wouldn't I? I'd bloody have to. But you'll never get me in a shark cage. You'll never get me in a shark cage. I mean, there's no sponsor. There's just nothing. You wouldn't get me in one. But to stop Liverpool winning the treble, I probably would. But that would never happen. Imagine that scenario. Jurgen Klopp's there. Goldbridge, we are 1 point away from the title. I will lose if you go in the shark cage. With his big grin. I don't trust you, Jurgen. I'm not doing it. £1 million for charity? No. No. I mean, I'd do it to save a friend or certainly a family member from dying or something like that. I'd do it. But Mark Noble's coming on. I thought his career was dead. Didn't know he still played. I can't do Jurgen Klopp, so if he sounded Welsh, Connor, that's fine. Half an hour to go. Liverpool 1, West Ham 0. Vlasic comes off. Noble comes on. Have you noticed how all the kits now have really short arms, sleeves? I wonder why. I take it no player actually wears long sleeve shirts anymore because they just wear the skin underneath the short sleeved one. Because it's such an advantage now for being offside and everything like that. If I was a striker, I'd actually cut my sleeves even shorter. Oh, there's a switch of play on here. Antonio. HJW says a lot of players play with long sleeves. Reece Smith says you should come surfing with me in Swansea. The thing is, if I went surfing in Swansea, I'd be stunned if I got attacked by a shark. But the trouble with British water is, it's not the sharks you have to worry about, it's the shit. Like, you're more likely to be attacked by a big turd in British water than a shark. It's disgusting, isn't it? A lot of the beaches in the UK are disgusting. I mean, have you been to Skegness? I went there about 10 years ago. Oh, it's disgusting. Hey, that's a foul by Trent there. How is that not a foul by Trent? He's literally... That's such a foul. He's like literally pushing him the other way. Oh, that's weird. This ref... I told you this ref's crap. Didn't even give a free kick. There's Mane. Diaz. Liverpool have been a bit quiet this second half. Oh, he shoots wide. Pal says, that's not a foul, you're just biased. You think Dennis is the best player in Man United's team. He doesn't even play for us. Mark, for a manager who's won very little, Ranić has too much ego. Good talker, but no evidence that he can win, says Liam Edwards. Well, mate, he's better than fucking Ollie, isn't he? I said fecking, not facking. Feck in Irish is not F-U-C-K. You can say feck. They say feck on Mrs. Brown's Boys. British people laugh because they think she's saying F-U-C-K, but in Ireland, feck means prat. It's not even that bad. Another player, Fornals has gone down here. He's holding his cheek. Could have got a bloody yellow card for that, Van Dijk. He's led with his elbow. Tell you what, the ref don't want to give fouls against Liverpool, does he? He's a crap ref, though, John Moss. I mean, how old is John Moss? I mean, you know what? I don't want to be ageist here, but some people look a lot older than they are. He's 51. I thought he had to retire. I thought Premier League manager. Well, he is as old as he looks. He's 51. I thought there was an age limit. I'm sure Kalina had to retire from refereeing at like 46 or something like that. Steve says World War 3 scares me, Mark. We're not in World War 3, are we? Come to Manchester, we can go to Ollie White's house, says Ethan. And thoughts on Villa offering Kessie a huge offer, says Will. Well, this is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's about the players. That's what I'm talking about, though. Villa going for people like Kessie, going for people like Basuma. They're not stupid. There are now more sources saying that Ronaldo's not in the squad, says Faris. Can you tell us these sources? Because I think it's Mr. Tomato sauce. I think it's Mr. Brown sauce. I think it's Mr. Mayonnaise. And I think it's Mr. Sweet Chili sauce. Salah with the shot straight at the keeper. It's about the structure. It's about the players. It's not 1-1. Thanks, Vandy Candy. I block them, Vandy Candy. I don't even time them out. I just give it a block. Do you think mayonnaise is a sauce? What if mayonnaise is not a sauce? What is mayonnaise? Any chance of a Jaws watch-along, Mark? Hope you and the family are all good. I have it written down. Yes. So if you give me a follow on Twitch, the link's in the video description. On Twitch, you can do a film watch-along if it's on Amazon. Because Amazon own Twitch. And currently, I think Jaws is free to watch on Amazon Prime. So if Jaws 2 was free to watch on it, I'd definitely do it. Because Jaws 2 shits me up more than Jaws. But give me a follow on my Twitch anyway. That might be coming up soon. It's a condiment. So's Smart Ketchup. Where's the hoodie from, Mark? It's from the United Stand Shopify page. So, and we do ship worldwide if you want to get one. Watched Scarface last night. What a movie. I haven't seen Scarface in a long time, to be honest. I'm doing the PSG game as a watch along on here, DX. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're doing Liverpool, Inter, and I'll be keeping an eye on Bayern Munich as well. And then on Wednesday night, PSG, Real Madrid, which I think is going to be a really interesting tie. 1-0 to PSG in the first leg. Second leg at the Bernabeu. West Ham had done a lot better second half. Liverpool have played more on the defence this half. I still think they'll score the next goal. Mayo is an Irish county, says French. What we've got? 20 minutes to go. Oh my God. What a miss by Lanzini. What a bloody prat. That's got to be miss of the season by Lanzini. The cross comes in, he controls it, Trent jumps in, he's literally on the 6-yard line with the goal at his mercy and he hits it over the top. Miss of the season. That is dreadful. What a prat. Get him off, says Luke. Absolutely. Missini. Yeah, I can't believe it. People will say, oh, it's not miss of the season because he's got to beat the keeper. But, you know, a lot of these contenders for miss of the season are where a cross comes in and, you know, it's an open goal and they miss, but they've got a first touch. The reason that is one of the misses of the season for me is because he's controlled the ball and he's got the time to finish. A lot of bad misses will be because they've got to hit it first time and they scuff it. But with that, he's controlled it. There's no one near him to stop him just putting it anywhere he wants, and he puts it over the bloody bar. You'd score that. You'd score that. It's just such an easy finish. Unbelievable. Timo Lanzini. It's a great chance, and it's a terrible miss. Nice ball over the top here. They're getting chances, West Ham, though. How does he miss, says Redman? It was terrible. Absolutely bloody terrible. Had you been a footballer, which football club would you have played for, says Dennis, if it wasn't Man United? I'd have happily played for any Premier League club, really. You know, I think most people would, wouldn't they? I'd happily played for any club. I'd have played for Liverpool. I'd have played for City. I'd have played for Arsenal. The opportunity to play Premier League football for anybody would have been nice. Yeah. You're a professional, aren't you? The opportunity to be a pro. I mean, John Terry was a Manchester United fan. Carragher was an Everton fan. I think Luke Shaw's a Chelsea fan, isn't he? So, you know, you don't always get to play for the club that you support. You don't always get to play for the players that you support. It's about the team. It's about the players. Hey, listen, general people, for goodness sake. My family, they're all crazy for the Jaffa cakes. I don't like it myself, 'cause I like the fig roll. I haven't had a fig roll for ages. I do like fig rolls, but they're very, very filling and probably full of calories. Interesting ball over the top there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a Liverpool fan, yeah. I'm not having a takeaway tonight, so I can't talk about Indian takeaways or Chinese takeaways. I'm having a steak and chips tonight. Salah shoots. Liverpool this afternoon, this second half, a little bit. Oh, here we go. Hit it now. Oh, God, you took bloody eight. Why did he refuse that ball, Mikel Antonio, then? Thoughts on Eddie Howe's Callum? He's done a fantastic job. He has. He's done a great job. You gotta do the right time. A little change. I do believe you know the words. Just got to let you out, to let you in again. Just need to feel the love again. But you gotta let it out if you're gonna let it in. Gotta let a little bit of loving in. Here we go, edge of the box. Oh no. No, Trent, here he goes. Oh, just wide from Diaz. Cherry Bakewell, says Dean. Salah's been dreadful, says Debbie. I've not seen any of the goals this afternoon, mate. Shiram says, have you seen the Reece James goal? I'll be watching Match of the Day tonight. Looking forward to that. Although a lot of you will probably be watching this Deji fight. It takes all sorts of people in this wonderful world that we live in. It's about different opinions. It's about different views. But if you want to spend your Saturday night watching two crappy boxers from YouTube supposedly fighting each other, I'd suggest watching an episode of Hollyoaks. It'll be more entertaining and better scripted. I just don't get it. I just don't get the YouTuber boxing thing. I don't actually think they're properly fighting anyway. And they're also not very good at it. I'd rather do a YouTuber Royal Rumble where it was really, really good and fun and everyone knew it was scripted like the boxing is, and it was just a big laugh. It'd be great. Here we go. I've set it all off. Jacob says it's not scripted, mate. Well, it's fucking shite. It's pathetic, says Brooklyn. It's pillow fist fighting. It's crap. You know, I've said this before. I like boxing, you know, and I'll do watch-alongs of decent fights. I will do Tyson Fury versus White, but there's a reason that top boxers go in fight camps for months before their fights. There's a reason that proper boxers are down training in the gym for hours virtually every day, because it's a proper sport with a proper profession. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. Please do. I'm not knocking it in the sense that if you enjoy it, as I said, some people enjoy Hollyoaks. But, oh God, I think some things are sad. then again, some people would say watching somebody watch a game is sad. So it takes all sorts. But I think I agree with I agree with Foxy TV that it makes the sport an embarrassment, and that's my problem with it. I think it's sad when an event like that will make more money and have more numbers than a proper boxing fight. But and the reason that it makes more numbers is because of the YouTube beef, isn't it? Oh, I don't like you. I don't like you. This about your mum. That about your hair. That's why they have big audiences and make big money from it. Is because it's just about this bloody YouTuber beef as well. Which I can't. I mean, I'm too old for that shit now. Anyway, but I like proper boxing. Yeah. Be like me like Pieface likes Formula 1. I like Formula 1. It'd be like me saying to Pieface, "I'm quicker than you." I don't mean in a running race because I would be, but I mean I'm better than you at Formula 1. I'm better than you. Let's get a couple of go-karts. Let's stream it on Twitch. Let's have a big pre-match and we'll have a big race. We wouldn't actually get as many as Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen get, but you'd get quite a lot of people watching it. Mark, what do you say of people who think it's weird to watch a watch-along, says Robin? Well, I agree. Because to them it's weird. But what do I say to people like yourselves who enjoy watching it and, we're just having a bit of a chat and here we go! Antonio! Switch it! Oh! He's fucked it up. They're not going to score today. West Ham are not going to score today. Good defence by Keita, but they've had the chances today, West Ham. They've had the chances today. And they've just not done it. West Ham have had the chances. And this is why, for me, when people said, oh, United have got a really tough march. Oh, United have got to go to the Etihad. You never know what you're going to get in a game of football. Like, this could be United against Liverpool at Anfield. Like, catch them on a bit of a bad day and you might get something. Still 10 minutes to go. So going back to what I said, some people might really like this boxing tonight. Some people might find it's embarrassing. Some people might not like boxing. I ain't got a problem with that. One's man's plate of shit is another man's caviar. So we all must have different opinions. Otherwise, what's the point? But I'm looking forward to United against City tomorrow. I'm certainly not nervous about it. I'm excited about it. It's a chance to test yourself against the champions, and if you can get a result, the players should be excited about it as well. Sin games, surely City are due a bad day. Well, they had a bad day against Spurs a couple of weeks ago, didn't they? But it's a derby, and that's the advantage for United, isn't it? But I've got no interest in anybody else doing watch-alongs or whatever they call it. I think it's a little bit derogatory when you just categorise everything as a watch-along. I mean, this is me with you watching a match, and not every match is 100 miles an hour, is it? So, you could just be sat on your own watching it, or you could be sat with a community watching it, which is basically what we do. I enjoy it because I get a lot of tips and things. Oh, here we go. Lovely ball. Wait. Go wide. Wide. West Ham here. Lovely cries over it, the cross. Again, they're on the attack and it's that final ball. I'm still waiting for a Goldbridge UFC watch-along. I will do a UFC watch-along if and when McGregor comes back, because he's the one that always makes it interesting for me. But I try not to comment. I try not to do watch-alongs on things that I don't really know much about, because I think it's unfair on the viewer. You know, even American football, I know what's going on, and I have watched it. You know, although admittedly I had about a 15-year gap, it was easy to get back into it. Formula One, I know what it's about. But boxing, I've been watching that for years. I think McFred will definitely start tomorrow, McKeel. Yes. 7 minutes to go here. I still cannot find these rumours, other than rumours that Ronaldo is not in the squad tomorrow. Thoughts on Shane Warne, Mark, says Sheeran? Well, we spoke about it a lot yesterday, and just a shock, really. His greatness as a sports person is unquestionable. But his departure at 52 is just so premature. It's so sad. Life can be cruel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Fury versus White, Luke. Do you think it will be? Do you think Fury will retire then? The thing is, who's left for Fury to fight? What's the big fight for Fury? And when's Joshua having his fight against the other lad? What's the other lad's name? I always forget him. Well, I can see the name, I just can't pronounce it. Fury against Joshua is just... If they weren't both British, no one would be interested. If Joshua was American, that fight wouldn't even matter. It's a people's fight, that is, because it's a mismatch. And yeah, Joshua could win it. He might catch him and win it. But if they fought each other 10 times, Fury'd win that. I think 7, maybe even 8. Usyk. When's Joshua fighting Usyk then? Oh, Usyk's Ukrainian, isn't he? So that might have something to do with it. Oh, he's in the army now. UFC London is 19 match March. Do watch along. Fury in 2023. And Ngannou is a UFC fighter who wants to box Fury, says Ruddy. James Bolton says, would you take Poch at the end of the season or Ralph until after the World Cup and then Enrique? Well, I don't think that's a good idea, James. I don't think you can go into a season where you're going to change your manager halfway through it and expect to have a good season. Players are too weak mentality to deal with that. Would you trust these United players to be able to say to them, look, we need you to work hard for half a season under Ralph, and then halfway through Enrique's going to come in? United players wouldn't be able to get their head around that. Jackie says that a West Ham goal is coming. Well, it needs to come quick. I think Liverpool at the moment are just trying to take the sting out of this game. And they've got a big game against Inter on Tuesday as well. I mean, 2-0 up, they should be fine. But if Inter were to get an early goal, changes the context. I would like a draw. That's a lovely ball. Here we go. He's on his own though. Ben Rama. Loads of Liverpool players back. Finds a good ball out wide. West Ham need to commit some numbers here. That's another corner. Man City have got the easiest Champions League second leg, haven't they? They're 5-0 up. You'll be able to do a watch along for first F1 race of season because Liverpool got through the FA Cup and the FA Cup's are playing when United play, says John. Yep, you're right about that. Liverpool were meant to be playing Man United on the Sunday afternoon, which is the first Formula 1 race, so I'll be doing a watch along for the first Formula 1 race now, which is good. I don't know what the FA Cup fixtures are yet. Nothing happens with the corner, although they'll get a chance to whip it in again. It's a better cross. Alisson punches. Yeah, they've not set the FA Cup fixtures yet. Although, here we go, Liverpool, Jota doesn't find the cross. It's end to end at the moment. It's truly exciting. You'll be able... Okay, thank you very much. Are you done with Red Dead, says Joseph? No, I'm not done with Red Dead. I've got to do my final of my draft, which I'll probably do tomorrow night. A up, that's a yellow card. Jota. Thanks everyone who's tuned in, by the way. There is an 8 o'clock on the United stand at 8 o'clock, funnily enough. And please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. What do you think of Paul Parker's comments on Scooby-Doo? Oh, I can't remember what they were now. I did read them and I can't remember what they were. Take one for the team, yellow card from Jota there. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, I play it on Twitch. Links in the chat if you want to follow my Twitch channel. That's where I do all my gaming. Was playing a bit of FIFA before this, actually, this afternoon. Some epic games. Unbeaten bridge. Comeback bridge. Like a boomerang. The FA Cup draw has been done, Ryan, but they've not set the times for when those games will be played yet. Although, they don't really jump out at me anyway. I think if Forest beat Huddersfield on Monday, they play Liverpool. That would be an interesting game to watch. Southampton, Man City might be reasonably good. Middlesbrough, Chelsea. I think Chelsea will blow them away, but Middlesbrough have done really well. Palace, Everton's a bit boring. So the semi-finals look like they'll be good because I think it'll be Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and probably, well, it'll be Palace or Everton. It's hard to call in that one. Five minutes at a time. Zizou says, why do you never do watch-alongs outside the Premier League? Well, I'm literally doing the Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday, and always have done the Champions League. I'm doing the World Cup playoffs at the end of the month, and always have done internationals. So, specifically, you're moaning because I don't do the league you want to do. So what you should have said is, why don't you do watch-alongs of the league you want me to do it for? Because I don't just do the Premier League. Are you jealous of Liverpool, says Akil? No, because Man United played fantastic football for over 20 years, but I do respect this Liverpool side, and they're miles ahead of United. Here we go, they might get the goal now. Mane, bit greedy. Bit too greedy there. James Howells, who do you think is going to win the league? Man City have got to win tomorrow. They have, haven't they? They've got to win tomorrow because Liverpool are 3 points behind them now and they've got a game in hand. I think Man City are going to win the league because I don't want to change my prediction from August. I'm quite stubborn like that. You know, whilst my prediction from August has got a chance, I don't want to change it because then I can go, I did say in August, so I'm still going to say Man City, but I think it's wide open. It really is. It's hard to call. They've got men in the box, West Ham. Interesting little ball. Cross comes in. It's high. Alisson should get its goal kick. That might be it. Stevie says that West Ham haven't really missed Rice today. I don't think they have, no. They've just missed chances. That's a good tweet there. I'm gonna use it. He sort of set me up. Liverpool do have a game in hand, mate. Don't talk shite. They do have a game in hand. Well, they don't have a game in hand for 24 hours, but they will have a game in hand in 24 hours, and they had a game in hand before this game kicked off. I think Liverpool are going to win this game, Lars, yes. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We have got the Champions League watch-alongs to come in the midweek as well. And we're closing in on 624,000. Thank you, everybody who has subscribed and get involved with the channel. You're all welcome on this channel, as you know. Football123 says, do you think Cavani should have gone in January? He wanted to go. United wouldn't let him go, which is probably the right decision from United, to be honest. Why does Conor McGregor want to buy Chelsea when he's a Man United fan? I don't get that. I mean, he's obviously not a hardcore Man United fan, is he? I mean, look, if I had that sort of money and I loved Manchester United, I'd be finding a way for that money to go towards buying Manchester United. I wouldn't be using it to buy Chelsea. So, I mean, he's probably taking the piss, but I don't understand why a United fan would want to buy Chelsea when United need buying. Jota's just shot high and wide, but it uses up time. He wouldn't have enough money to buy Chelsea anyway. I mean, Conor McGregor would be very rich, but he'd be more in the hundreds of millions of pounds rich. He wouldn't be in the billions of pounds rich. And Chelsea, I think the price quoted was about 4 billion. I dread to think what the Glazers would want for United, you know. I think United's value is about 4 billion, so they'd probably want 7. We're probably unsellable now. Probably stuck with the Glazers forever and ever. 95 minutes are up here, but the ref is taking his time. He's taking his time. He's not blown yet. But Liverpool are on the attack anyway. It's 3 big points for Liverpool. Curtis Jones trying to keep it in the corner. Still time. West Ham trying to get on the attack. And the ref blows the whistle. And Liverpool know that that's a big win. And from West Ham's point of view, they could have had so much more. You think back to that Lanzini miss. What a chance it was. Title hopes of Liverpool roll on. West Ham's top 4 hopes are always in the balance anyway. But it's full time and it's a big win for Liverpool. Thanks everyone for watching, by the way. I am live on the United Stand at 8 o'clock, so I need to go and set that up. But thanks everyone for watching. And of course, tomorrow on the United Stand, make sure you tune in. It's Man United against Man City. I'm sure you will do. I'll speak to you at 8 o'clock on the United Stand if you're going to join me there. But thanks everyone for watching here. And I'll speak to you all in a bit.